Yeah.
Hey, what's up, guys? Good morning. We are here with Cesar Paredes and Daniel Paredes. Welcome, guys, for our podcast number 34.
Wow.
I'm super happy we're able to do one more. Every week, you get some new episodes. Today we got a two. Now later today we have David Diaz from DC, Jefferson DC. Before we start, guys, let me give a quick shout out for our sponsor, Brave Kimonos. If you want to support yours, go to bravekimonos.com and use your code PBJJF for 10% off. Shout out for Roll Live who support us on the camera stuff and audio everything. They also doing the live stream on all our events. And we have
And another thing, really quick about Brave Kimonos, guys. You can go to the website and use the PBJJF discount code for 10% off. Just put PBJJF on the checkout, and also Brave does wholesale for schools. So if you're a school owner and you need products in your schools and you want your students to look sharp wearing Brave, and you can also make some money of the products that you buy with a discount. You can go to the website, bravekimonos.com, go in the bottom of the page, go to wholesale, apply for the wholesale. Once you receive the notification that you're approved, you can buy the product with the wholesale, and they ship quick, and they don't need a big order. Like you can, small order.
no lower price
Lower-
too. Can
There's low price,
price.
and you don't have to
Purchase
buy a lot of products. Like you can, and they ship really fast. I use for my school.
Me too, and
And,
definitely that's good because we don't need to have like
Brave kimonos.
You don't need to have a large inventory.
Inventory.
To get a discount.
Yeah, you get that like buy some, put in your school, sell amount of 8 tools. Buy some
You
eight
buy the
tools,
amount
you
that you
know.
need.
Like you don't need to have like I don't know $5, $6, $10,000 in the inventory stock in your school. You know what I mean? Cause
You
that's
can have
money.
fast,
Hold
yeah,
that.
yeah,
You can
that's
like
terrible.
invest a little bit, sell, reinvest. That's a good thing.
Really good.
And you can
Only geese or rash guards?
geese, rash
rash
guard,
guards.
all the Jujitsu gear. Thank you, Brave, for the support.
Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this podcast, okay? Today we are here with Cesar and Daniel. We're going to talk a lot about Jiu-Jitsu, know a little bit more about the Jiu-Jitsu in Ecuador too, no?
Ecuador, yeah.
This guy's from Ecuador. Share with your friends. Make sure you subscribe and like. That's the way you guys can support us and let us keep doing that,
Keep us going.
That's like our payment. Like it, share, and comment. That's our payment. Do you understand?
That's right.
Yeah, and also we have like a new sponsor too.
Coming soon.
Yeah, we're not gonna announce now.
We start the sponsorship with James Parkins. Is a dental clinic where you can basically do all the dental needs, and also he does very special and unique mouth guard that is
Sweet.
made for you. And you can add logos on it. Such a cool product. He's going to we'll talk about it, create like a PBJJF one for us to use it,
Nice.
and it's really it's made
I
customized
definitely
for
will use
you.
on my next fight. But yeah, guys, good morning. Thank you for coming. Thanks for driving down here. It's not too far, no. It's like 45 minutes.
45 minutes to an hour.
Nice,
Depends
that's
on the traffic.
awesome.
So it's not bad.
Yeah, talk a little bit about your guys' journey, how you guys meet Jiu-Jitsu in your life, how you get in love with Jiu-Jitsu, no? 'Cause that's
Yeah, well, I started Jiu-Jitsu around 2006 and 2006 and stuff. Jiu-Jitsu wasn't that big in Maryland still. I mean, there were a few academies, but, nothing like it is today. I think the biggest thing that launched it was the Ultimate Fighter. That's like the thing that really took off Jiu-Jitsu
Like,
in the area. Yeah,
push.
exactly. Because everybody like, I want to be a fighter. And everybody like, they're doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He's a black belt Jiu-Jitsu. So everybody's like, oh, interesting. And then, of course, the UFC
True.
growing so much. And, Joe Rogan, I think. He's a big reason why people are doing Jiu-Jitsu, because he's always mentioning,
yeah.
he's a Jiu-Jitsu black belt. He's a Jiu-Jitsu black belt.
And that
He
and
gave
hey,
me so
we're
much
gonna-
student.
Hey,
Yeah,
and hey,
like Joe Rogan. Can you
hey,
please mention
Joe
my school?
Rogan will be here, or we're gonna be at his podcast at some point.
All right.
It's gonna happen. You're gonna see it you're gonna watch and be like, man, they knew it. It's already there. I can
can
law of
visualize
attraction.
it.
Visualize it, law of attraction.
Yeah, exactly.
And I know it how somebody's going to be watching this podcast
You know, like,
and you're gonna be like, hey Joe, you gotta bring those guys, man. You gotta figure a way out, or you go there, or you bring them here.
exactly.
Figure it out, Joe. That's the way.
Connection. And Jiu-Jitsu about that, no man, network. I say that all the time, man. Jiu-Jitsu about network to be successful in Jiu-Jitsu, whatever. You two things from was in Brazil. I tell my friends, you need to learn English,
Yes.
get good skills on Jiu-Jitsu, definitely. That will help you. And get like good networks. That's gonna help you on your journey to like be successful.
Believe your product. Yeah.
And before we continue, I'm so sorry, guys. If you're not competing at PBJJF yet, you're missing out. We have the few events coming up. So we also have June 24th Pan Ams. You can go to the QR code over there. See right there, and go and register right now. Have many people reach out to us and do like really growing the sport in the area. But just want to give you that a reminder for you guys. If you're not competing at PBJJF yet, you're missing out.
Yeah. The last weekend we have two events really close. That's a nice thing. We have a tournament Saturday in DC and Sunday in Pittsburgh, man.
Oh,
It's
so
not
you
too
guys are
far.
going
We
to
have
India
some,
already, huh?
we have some competitors fight on both. They fight on Saturday,
And they
drive
wanna-
it to
They wanna rank
Pittsburgh,
him.
and fight this son of Pittsburgh. I'm like, man, that's awesome. Because
That's
like
love there.
back in the day, man, we don't have that chance to fight tournaments like with a nice organization, live stream, whatever. Like locally close to your house, and now you can fight two events
Yeah, you
in
can
two
have to
different
travel.
days, like 3-4 hours driving.
I would drive 8 hours for a seminar.
My first big tournament, I actually, flew to California. It's
Like that.
I mean, because IBJJF started over there, so it's like Worlds, everything, Penthouse, everything was in the pyramid. So
You should have imagine what we doing to fight these events back in the day.
From
Come
Brazil.
from Brazil.
How was in Brazil? And
It's
you're
like-
from Rio, right?
I'm from Rio, yeah.
Carioca.
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 But like I live a part of my life on Espírito Santo, and that's like I'll travel. You know what I mean? Like I have my professor running a federation in Brazil too. One of my professors on Espírito Santo, and that helps because we have like the local events. But like every big tournament, I need to travel or to Rio de Janeiro or to
big,
out the country. No,
Correct.
But-
And people don't realize sometimes how big Brazil is.
Yeah.
Brazil is humongous.
no, that's like
So-
8 hours drive to fight like I don't know.
Yeah.
Like any tournament, 8 hours drive.
Exactly.
And here we have like Reiner,
like
like
right in your
the
backyard.
opportunity that the time that took you, going to California back in when you're competing, you had to
Yeah.
go all the way to California. Now your students have the experience of competing on their backyard. They can
And that
just
professional.
that professional.
Yeah,
they can
it's pretty
wake
cool.
up. They can wake up. And drive. They can wake up and drive to the tournaments. Like it's amazing
Yeah.
to have that ability and opportunity. Like they can compete Pan Ams, they can wake up, breakfast, and drive to
Drive
do
to
it.
it, yeah.
We had to go travel like a week, 2 weeks before.
Oh my. Yeah. Jet lag and all that.
Jet lag,
Uh-huh.
hotel, food, the rent a car, and training.
It's
Think
very
about
costly
that.
too.
Think
Man,
about that.
Talk about jet lag. I fought in Abu Dhabi a couple times.
Oh, you did, yeah.
Man, get like first time I get like a flight Brazil straight to Abu Dhabi, 14
You
hours,
get to
man.
meet the Sheikh or not? The Sheikh of Abu Dhabi. The
Chico.
Sheikh. Yeah,
What?
you can get Sheikh.
Oh, Shake.
Yeah, Sheikh.
Yeah, I never met Shake. Yeah, we saw him, but like never like met in
Yeah.
person, like shake his hand, never. But like I fought that a couple times, and man, the jet lag is crazy.
How many hours?
14 hours from Brazil to there on travel, and like
No
the
straight
difference.
though, right? It's
I,
not
I
a
get the
flight.
I get straight flight, São Paulo
rich, man.
to Abu Dhabi. No, I get they pay. I
good.
won the trials and they pay
That's awesome.
everything, like the tickets, hotel, food, everything. That's
That's
yeah. and then I get them, and the difference is like 6 hours or something like that. Man, I can't sleep.
I know there's a lot of Brazilians now there, right? And
Yeah, I have two
teaching
cousins
and
that
stuff.
teach in that.
So it's pretty cool.
That's a nice project they do, like put the jiu-jitsu on schools and on a military basis. That's pretty cool.
pretty
I
cool.
feel in the future, United States here and other countries should do that because
Man, I think it's all over the world now.
yeah,
Jiu-Jitsu.
Yeah.
it's like
I mean, I know we have. I mean, our association has like China. Man, we're all over England, Iceland. I mean, Jiu-Jitsu is all over.
and
the
just
place,
grow
really.
and I feel that's just a start. It's just start. Imagine if for
Yeah.
10 years from now.
I think it's gonna be almost like karate. You know, you find it in almost every single.
I hope
shopping
no.
center.
Sorry.
Well, this is the thing. You're like you hope that
Jiu-jitsu,
not,
hey.
but that's kind of the way
Jiu-Jitsu
that
is
it's
going to be
going.
the biggest martial art in the world.
I think it is. Really.
I don't
I
think
believe
so,
on that
but
so much.
it's not yet, but will become.
I think it's like the real one is the only one you can real practice in any way. You can man, you can do live rounds when you're 80 years old, whatever. If you're healthy enough, you're able to roll.
If you,
Do you understand?
took care of your body.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
That,
And if you have,
we see that, man. Like you see a lot of black belts like getting older, whatever, but it's still
They're still
rolling.
training.
If you
With
do,
some help.
But like I have
they use the technological.
Technological technique.
I have students that are over 6 year olds and they're training
That's awesome.
and they're doing jujitsu.
Nice.
They're not like, no, they're doing jujitsu.
Nice. Good.
You know,
That's awesome.
you train with them, you feel like, man, this guy knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
It's amazing. That's what I believe for the future of jiu-jitsu. If jiu-jitsu get watered down like karate, I tell the guys, I'm out. I'm out of the game.
Correct.
That's not what I want to do. Hey, you wanna push the pace that way? Cool, I'm out. But we're gonna fight to keep jiu-jitsu real.
Real.
Jiu-jitsu needs to be real. Otherwise, there's no reason to be here.
Gotcha.
There's no reason to be here if jiu-jitsu not real. Because we fought, not we, they fought for us to prove that jiu-jitsu was the most effective martial art.
Correct. Well, in the United States, for sure, I think the Gracies, they gave them they're the first ones to
Big
come.
credit,
Charles,
yeah.
absolutely. They pay the way.
By the way.
Yeah,
They did.
paved the
And
way.
now we should keep doing the right things for
Yeah.
people who's come behind.
I agree.
We can't stop. We can't stop.
Yeah.
And
You know.
that's why we push the pace here. Hey, we're podcasts, we do 12 hours a week just for podcasts.
Oh, wow.
Think about behind the scenes. We
No,
both
that's-
all run
That,
school.
and it's going like over like
It looks pretty
We-
good.
five classes a day.
We had a meeting over midnight last night.
Wow. Yeah.
And we started the day at 8. That's how it is, like, hey, we gotta push the pace now.
Nice.
We gotta try to make that happen.
And you've been doing this only 3 years, right?
Yeah.
After pandemic, we
Yeah,
got
correct.
back after
That's
pandemic.
pretty good.
So, like,
If you talk like this on that direction,
Where can
you're
you
better
hear
than
it?
top.
Where
Okay.
can you hear the podcast? Can you go to Spotify, YouTube?
on YouTube, you can
YouTube,
watch on YouTube. Later, we're gonna start putting on Spotify
Nice.
and
The
what-
podcast we don't start that long, like 2 weeks for now.
Oh, really?
No,
Yeah.
4 weeks.
4 weeks.
The podcast, 4 weeks.
Man, it's close.
Yeah.
Man, it's too many episodes. I lost the
So many, 34.
34 already.
This is the 34th.
4
In
weeks.
4 weeks.
Yeah,
In 4 weeks.
Yeah.
but like
We want to connect to the professors. We want to
In
wanna
the area,
see where we
you guys
are,
only
like,
in the
all-
area right now, right?
we are from
Maryland.
Boston
What-
to Charlotte.
yeah, on
all the
the
way
East
from
Coast.
Boston. Next year, the plane is going to Texas, California.
Wow.
So, but we want to go. We want to spread jiu-jitsu around the world. We tell this daily. We spread jiu-jitsu around the world, and we bring the world to the East Coast.
Nice.
We're gonna go there.
Sure.
But
Take
we-
it from the West Coast and put it in this.
No,
Yeah.
hey, we want to give opportunity for people here that never had this opportunity. How many of your students competed in California?
Jeez.
Over 10
None.
years. None.
None. Well, probably I haven't pushed it. As
No,
other
yeah,
schools
but how
push it,
many?
None.
None.
It's well,
But
for
if
me, I
what about
haven't
if
pushed
what
it.
about if the tournaments were here?
Tournaments here?
If
yeah,
they-
we have-
if the
we've
tournaments
gone to
were
some
here.
there. Yeah, absolutely. I
The
think so.
ones that you're looking for, right?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
How many would have the opportunity to feel the experience?
Correct.
Because important to feel that experience of competing.
I
right?
tell my
At least
students like,
once.
hey, you're not obligation to fight,
But you should do it.
but you should try
Absolutely.
one time. I tell like that's just gonna give you better things, good things. That
Yeah.
is not
It's positive.
it's
Yeah.
positive things all the time.
Absolutely. No,
You go there, sign
win or
up.
lose.
Win or
You
lose.
sign up for a tournament 1 month before, 2 months before. Man, we go eat better for these 2 months. We go sleep
You gotta
better.
train more.
You go train more.
Lose, you remember.
If
And
you
you're like,
win or lose,
you
man,
won't
doesn't
extend that arm
matter.
again.
Hey,
I mean,
you lose,
you learn.
but you
Yeah.
learn. You when
Absolutely.
most of the time, sometimes when they won, they try again. Sometimes when they lose, most of the time they try again too. Cause like, motherfucker, I wanna win, man. And they try again. It's hard. Like I don't remember one of my students who's give the try. I have someone never try.
Yeah.
That's fine, completely fine. But everyone who's tried did it multiple times because they wanted that feeling again.
Absolutely.
You understand? And I say, you go to the tournament, man, you just get positive things. The result is consequence. But like
and
the
that's what we were
journey,
talking with-
the thing you
with
make,
JP.
everything you make to get on that day to fight, just add the good things to you.
Yeah. With JP, we were talking about like, that's the closest thing of a fight that you can get in this, I mean, the US.
In the U- yeah, yeah.
Fight here, that's
You don't
pretty cheap.
usually
Yeah.
fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you want a real, try your jiu-jitsu.
You want to fight? I'll call my lawyer.
Yeah. If you want to try your jiu-jitsu, you have to be.
You have to go
have
to,
to go to
tournament.
South America.
But, hey, but Jiu-Jitsu and the competition is a safer environment to do this as well because
Correct.
you have the referees to take care of you. The referees are there to like make sure the rules are being used, applied, and to stop whenever he thinks is the time to stop.
I
To
think that's a good thing. Like if you give the ref we stop here before the arm is like broken. Because sometimes you hear that, sometimes the
kids,
coaches
right?
are like, keep going, escape, and the kid is already with the arm bent over like an arch, and
we give the authority
Yeah.
to the referees
That's
to,
awesome.
Especially for kids, the
Yeah.
referee can stop.
and they're usually brown or black belts.
that's good.
The referees are
that's
brown
excellent.
black belts at our tournament, so they already have the experience of the feeling of how far things can go,
Yeah.
So that's kind of the way we try to take, safety is priority for us,
That's awesome.
for the jiu-jitsu, for the jiu-jitsu to grow. Inside the schools it should be too,
Oh yeah,
because if you're the hurt, what are you doing? You're not training,
correct.
and we want to use jiu-jitsu to help people.
Yeah, especially for the
Change
beginner, you
people
have
life,
to treat
man.
them like very.
Yeah.
You have to help.
They should
And
not
like
make
me,
them
hey.
train with each other.
And
White
us,
belts.
hey,
No,
Go
that's
with the higher belt.
yeah,
higher
that's
belt,
the-
they will take care of you.
that's the danger part. White belts are rolling together on the beginning.
and it's like us. Anything that we do besides jiu-jitsu, we need that help. Hey, come on, hey, jump in that parachute.
Yeah.
Jump with the. They're just gonna. Hey, get the parachute and jump. Go. You're a black belt. No, babe me like, help me
Yeah.
out. Go with me. Teach me.
It's funny.
Process.
My professor used to say like, "Okay, my friend, go 50%," and we were like, "Okay, 50%." It's like, "Okay, now show me 20, show me 100." We were all exhausted, and we were like,
Yeah, better than 100.
yeah, we were 120 right from the get-go, So.
But I like that. Like, you try show the students he can roll 50%.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, you can
Yeah.
just move around,
move around the
movements,
technique.
frames, correct technique.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think
And
that's
it's
all
a
about
good way to learn. Like when you flow,
playing.
you flow. Boom. You connect a good position. I give up that one for you. That's fine.
Yeah.
Boom. Sweep. Now let me figure out how I need to frame that.
Yeah.
Boom.
Makes
Frame,
sense.
escape, regard. How nice. Now let me get my sweep. What I
Yeah.
need, my grips, and he take his base. But that's
And
good.
Sometimes you put a hand on the throat. You're like, and they're trying to do something, and you're like, drop and roll. And they're like, oh.
Yes.
And they connect that.
Yeah.
You need to have that,
Mm-hmm.
moment of connection. So yeah, it's cool.
That's good.
Yeah.
So how is jiu-jitsu? Because you said you're with Professor Pedro Sauer
Oh yeah. Must be
and
sorry.
Master Pedro Sauer. Is a coral belt already?
Yeah, he's a coral belt. He got his black belt from Elio and Hickson, and he's one of the pioneers that came to the United States. So and then he moved over here. He was here in this area.
Mm-hmm.
So Hickson called him. He's like, "Hey, Pedro, you need to come over here." So he came to the U.S., California first. He helped to set the mats in the Gracie Academy in California.
Nice.
And then he moved to Utah. A friend of his name is Aníbal Lolo. He's been in my school. And
Aníbal.
Aníbal.
Anibal.
We call it Aníbal. Yeah, he met his wife on the piano of Grandmaster Helio Gracie when they were kids. So this is like a long time ago in Utah, right?
Yeah.
Rio de Janeiro. So then he moved to Utah and he started there. He trained, you remember who? He trained a couple of good guys. Mike Schultz. What is his name? One of the wrestlers. He fought in the first UFCs and stuff. So he has some good people that he's trained and done some good work. As long as Henso and all those the first generation of Gracies that came. So
Nice.
yeah, but there was no jiu-jitsu in this area. So yeah.
And then he moved to here later.
He moved to here in I believe in 2006, around that area. He used to teach in Maryland twice and in Gaithersburg area. And then,
My school in Gatesburg.
yeah, and then
I'm
he
on
used
the on the or the pioneers. That's
yeah,
cool.
he used to teach in Virginia twice, and then now he moved to Georgia to a nice place. So yeah,
So
Now he
actually,
live the life.
well he's older now, but he's back in the day, like what they used to say, like it was like the Gracie Challenge was on. So for the people that
Gotta
are like,
spread the
oh, they're
word.
only doing like $10,000 if you can be the black belt in Jiu-Jitsu, And he like you have you seen the fight he has, like a bodybuilder versus Pedro Sauer?
No.
no.
This is it's interesting. This is I think it was before the UFC, but this big bodybuilder is like over 250 pounds challenge him, and he put his gi and he put it on the line. He beat the bodybuilder, and
Nice.
that was in Utah. So think about that. That's only for like the love of martial arts, of like the
And for no money, no.
no money.
Just to
Now,
spread the
hey,
word.
Put the gloves on. How much?
Yeah.
No, I don't want to do it. Yeah, just to share the jiu-jitsu. So like if you see like the Gracie in action, all that is to spread the word of jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
Same thing. Hickson Gracie was trying to find Mike Tyson. You know that
Yep.
he was trying to find him so they can make jiu-jitsu bigger. So eventually Orion created the UFC.
The UFC, yeah.
And I think that we still have the mission, which is spread jujitsu in a different way. Because back then we had, like you're saying, right? We had to prove that jujitsu works.
Correct.
Now we don't have to prove it anymore. Now, how can we spread jujitsu around the world? And that's what PBJJF
I feel now
mission
is the way that we should spread the benefits.
Yeah, I think
Benefits of the
jiu-jitsu is
jiu-jitsu.
awesome.
Yeah. Not just like that works on the fight or whatever, because it's too many other things behind that.
Correct.
It's like the community, like
The
the self-defense lifestyle.
Absolutely.
That's like when people get that, they get in love with jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, like how many students have been like, since I started jiu-jitsu, I lost like 50, 100
Yeah,
pounds,
a lot
just
of,
that.
of,
It's awesome.
and that changed lives.
Yeah,
That's like
absolutely.
I tell everyone, my job is not just to jiu-jitsu, it's change lives.
Yeah.
That's my job.
Or like
Everyone get
like
here.
when a kid
I wanna
loses.
touch you with jiu-jitsu. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, yeah.
That jiu-jitsu cannot touch your heart, and you maybe you go stop training one day, but you never will forget the times you have here.
Yeah.
You understand?
And it's crazy. Like I see it in my school. Like a lot of people get to know each other there, and then you see them on Facebook, Instagram. They're hanging out outside of the school, so they're creating relationships that are like.
And today's hard,
crucial.
no man. A lot of people don't have this.
Yeah, because
Because
we're
the
like
social media, yeah, or like homework or whatever. If imagine you're single, you do homework, and you live in another state far away from your family. Man, you don't have any community.
have a
You don't
family.
talk. If you want to pass all the week without talk to somebody, you can. And
It's
it's
cra-
bad,
it's-
man. It's not
it's
gonna
not
be
good
good
for
for you.
Even to order food, you don't have to talk to the person
Yeah,
anymore.
you can.
They
You,
just drop
you can say
and-
like drop on my door. You don't need to talk to nobody. That's
I
crazy,
think
man.
it's crazy.
The
Yeah, I
world's
think it's
changing.
bad for you.
But now, but jiu-jitsu give you that. You get there, you don't show up for 2 days, man.
I miss
Somebody,
jiu-jitsu. I don't think the students realize that what they're really missing is not necessarily the technique or being sweaty or the exercise, but that's a part of it. But it's the community.
yeah.
And it's the physical touch as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's all like when your instructor comes over and be like, "Hey, my friend, how you doing?" You're like, "Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Somebody
You-
acknowledge that I'm
You
here,
you have a
alive."
you have contact with the Brazilian people now. Like we
so-
hug,
so.
like we hug people, man. We touch,
Oh,
we
we're
shake
the same.
hands. Do you know? I kiss my friends on
the cheek,
a
yeah.
ticket, and like I feel the American don't have that, but then when
when they're tasting
they
it,
had it
they're
like,
tasting
man,
it, and they like
I
to
miss
be,
that,
they
man.
to
Like,
get
yeah,
touched in
my
the
friend,
shoulder, and they're
they-
like, oh, I like
Yeah.
this. Yeah. I
maybe on the
totally agree
beginning
with
they
you.
get like,
Yeah.
man, what this guy
Hey,
hugging me?
yeah,
You know,
right.
hey,
What do you want from me?
don't hug me, big boy. But then like after,
It becomes
looks like
part of our
part of
family,
the
you know?
yeah,
Absolutely.
you
Yeah.
know.
That's how I feel with my students. You know, they're part of my. I spend more time with our, students, our team.
Then your
Then
own
my
family
family,
sometimes,
you
of
know.
course. You're in the middle.
So
It's crazy.
And when they student don't show up, you message them.
You're like, where are you?
yeah,
It's like
sometimes it's hard
some-
to message, but you already know.
Yeah.
It's,
I miss this. Why is?
Or like a friend, man. Sometimes not the coach, but like somebody in the room.
Yeah.
Like, hey, man, I don't see.
Guy?
Well,
It's
Yeah.
like, where's this guy? Yeah,
well,
so
why you don't come like all last week?
Yeah.
What happened? Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm fine. I get a little bit sick. Okay, man.
Yeah, we'll get it.
Next time if you need something, let me know. And they're like, man, they care about me. They understand. And sometimes not just from the coach, but from the friends.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
The social aspect in Jiu-Jitsu is awesome. It really changes lives. So it's good.
I think that's why I'm on the mats. Like for the people.
Yeah.
Jiu-Jitsu the techniques are the way of bringing people in, but what keep people in a school, I think, is the environment and the people, like around them.
Yeah.
It's very important. That's what I try to cultivate daily, because if I want a place where I like to be as well, if I'm
Yeah.
a place where I don't like the people, I'm not gonna be there,
Yeah.
So I try to like cultivate the culture of support, helping each other, to get lose and win.
Yeah.
It's part of the process, and respect. I think
I
that's
agree with that, yeah.
and one thing I feel with Jiu-Jitsu, we're able to see people internally.
Yeah.
We take the case away. No matter who you are, what do you believe? Hey, I see your heart.
Yeah.
We see each other's heart throughout rolling. Afterwards, we talk.
crazy.
You're like you don't see them. You see them differently.
Yeah.
Like you just see inside.
I don't know if you've seen it or like how long you've been teaching Jiu-Jitsu? For how long?
I've been doing Jiu-Jitsu for over 20 years.
And teaching, like,
Over 10 years.
yeah, it's crazy. Like you realize that like sometimes you have somebody and they just starting, right? And you're like, okay, let's roll a little bit, and they're like, or
Yeah.
or you see this big guy, and they're like mount them or something, and they're like they freak out and they're very, and you can kind of see who the person is,
Yeah.
by the way they train sometimes. Or you see this guy that you don't pay 2 cents and they're vicious. Have you had that? Like they're light and stuff, and they're vicious. You're like, oh, maybe that's part of the personality.
Yeah.
So
But we build that, right? Like we try to
Yeah, it's
improve. We really try to improve on the mats to do better in life.
I agree.
The mats are really
It's like a mirror of
teacher,
who you are sometimes.
The mat, yeah.
Yeah.
But you change.
But the mat can't change, can't
The mat
help you.
changes you.
Carlos, checa a câmera de novo, por favor. É, o áudio.
Sometimes like stopping, like
No.
you put something in the middle, like right now. We're stopping
It's
a while.
live, I think, right?
No,
Live.
we're live.
Oh, we're live.
We, go,
live.
we are live.
I'm
I just asked
I'm
if he
writing
checked the
everything.
camera.
I'm like,
No, we are
Too
live.
much coffee.
Yeah, but that's
You get
good, like in a
nervous.
conversation.
I'm like that in
You have to
jiu-jitsu.
ask. Yeah, you have. Yeah.
I didn't start jiu-jitsu
You need
because of
to,
the fighting. There, sorry. I didn't start jiu-jitsu because my brother told me, hey, you need to get there and train. But I never cared about fighting or being like. I like the technique part of it.
Yeah, who start first?
It's like a puzzle.
He told me.
Yeah.
You're the old one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looked like something like the other. They're like, "Are you the father?" I'm like, "No, it's my brother."
Yeah,
I look that old.
that happens with me and my brother Carlos behind the camera there.
Your son?
My
your
brother,
brother.
yeah. And like we get on a Brazilian restaurant, I always go there by myself first.
Yeah.
And they have like a younger girls working there. And one day he come with me. The next time I'm there, I'm like, hey, I wanna know your son. He looks so good. I'm like, my son? I don't have. I have a daughter, 2 years old. I'm like, the boy come here with you. It's my brother. Fucking, look, my son. That's crazy. I'm mad. I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna come back here anymore. Just kidding. Like,
So we were talking about like jiu-jitsu in Ecuador.
Yeah, it's got its.
Tell them
Yeah, how
how's
is
it
the
going.
jiu-jitsu in
There's
Ecuador?
a lot of good jiu-jitsu guys that have come from Ecuador.
I
Yeah,
met
if-
many guys from Ecuador.
Yeah.
Tough guys, good guys.
There's Roberto Gimenis right now. You know, Johnny Tama, Sinistro.
Sinistro.
Yeah, they're
Solusu.
Soluso.
Well, he started actually, right? I have not started, but like when he
Yeah, Soluso.
Soluso kind of started.
Soluso's the one.
Terere used to go to Ecuador as well. I
Terere.
remember
Seminars,
Terere
yeah.
going for seminar.
Yeah, I never went.
Lucas Figueiredo.
Yeah, I know him. I trained with him in Colombia.
Yeah.
He was awesome. He's cool.
How big did you?
Strong, it's
Teles
big.
went there. Eduardo Teles
Yeah.
went there.
Yeah.
I mean, Hoyts goes there too. Hoyts Gracie. He actually, I think Hoyts had the first affiliation in Guayaquil.
Yeah.
One of the Vital brothers or something like
Yeah.
that.
Nice.
So that's like.
Hey, can you believe that I don't know anything about Ecuador? Do you know
I just-
anything about
I'm
Ecuador?
gonna
Not
tell you
like
something.
much.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Like
I don't know much.
serious.
Do you remember that lady Lorena Bobbitt? You probably not. Do your research.
What's her name?
Lorena Bobbitt.
Bobby.
From the from the
From the
World Cup?
90s? No, from the 90s.
No.
It was like a big thing all over the world.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna stay.
I don't remember.
I'll check it out.
Yeah.
Eh,
Do the research, guys, let
Ecuador,
us know.
The Galapagos Islands. The Galapagos, Darwin. Charles Darwin. He developed the
Cotopaxi, the volcanoes, the jungle. Well, you also have the Amazon.
the Galapagos Islands.
Where's the
were
capital of Ecuador?
Quito.
Quito.
Quito, I heard of. Quito.
2,800 meters high capital. Most people are like, "Oh, you're in Ecuador. It must be really hot, right?" And we're like, "No. Most of the country
If
where
you're in the
we are
beach,
from,
it's
we're
hot.
like, yeah.
I had some friends that they went to do medical school in Ecuador.
Carlos, o
Have
papai foi
you
falando
seen
já,
that?
por causa-
Brazilians coming to do a medicine school.
Quite a few
in Ecuador.
Brazilians in Ecuador.
There's
a lot.
there's-
So Lucho lives in Ecuador, right?
And
Your
we're-
instructor, and he's the one that gave Sinistro the.
Yeah, he
that
was
job.
his first teacher.
He's like I think the biggest guy from Alliance, right? Soluso.
I
They
remember
had like
him.
the biggest impact in Ecuador, probably,
Yeah.
right?
Soluso is
Yeah,
the pioneer there.
They have like a lot of tournaments in Ecuador.
Yeah, there's a lot of tournaments. I'm not too much into tournaments, and I don't know. I've been always like.
But you
He
can
did,
say you
but
say
he did.
that.
Yeah.
I
He
I
did
competed,
every belt.
but to be honest, when I win or I lose, I never felt comfortable. Like I went out and even I went out with like, man, this is not for me.
Yeah.
I didn't like
But
it.
There's
that's
some people
but that's
that are.
it's normal. Some people
Yeah.
don't connect with competition, and that's fine too.
Yeah, but doing it once at least. is
Yeah,
good.
gotta
So
try.
you know
That's
if
very-
it's for you or not.
Yeah, I tell my students, try to compete at least every belt. At least you're gonna know where you at.
Yeah.
If you're getting smoked every single time as a blue belt, maybe you should stay there a little bit longer. If that's
But I think even that I don't think it should be because it used to be that way. At least for me,
yeah.
you had to win everything to move to the next belt. Do you remember?
For
that?
me, it was like that.
you had
for me,
you had
for
to
me
win all
too.
the
But that was
tournaments.
my personal
No, like I mean, like
goal. My instructor, he never told me you need to compete. But I think he wanted me to. I mean, he liked that I competed.
Yeah.
yeah.
But especially in the area, our area was smaller. So the biggest name those days was
Lloyd Irvin.
Lloyd Irving guys were like the biggest guys there. I don't know now, kind of lost, but everybody started. Ryan Hall was big, right in that area. He was
50-50.
not known for the heel hooks or 50. He was known for the triangle actually. He was doing very
Leo Dalla, correct? Yamasaki.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fernando was one of the first guys there for sure.
But like
Leo
probably
Dalla.
like 3 or 4 guys in out the DMVR,
Yeah, anything.
Magila, you said.
Yeah, Magila was in the area. I think that. Yeah, you had the Dog Barrows the other day. I saw that. So I think he trained with him. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
but
he did.
But yeah, it was not that as big as it is now. It's like every single you put Jujutsu in Google, you have like
5,
5, 6,
schools.
like on the small
So-
area.
I think competition is definitely harder, but it's great because there's a place for everyone. You can find a jiu-jitsu school right in your backyard. It's good.
That means jiu-jitsu is growing.
Yeah.
It's very
Yeah.
positive.
Yeah, I think.
And
it's
look,
good.
I look at some areas that like, hey, there's hundreds of thousands of people here in 5 jiu-jitsu schools. This has a capacity of like 20, 30, 40 jiu-jitsu schools. For the amount of people, they're like, we're not even touching 0.5% of the.
That's true.
the
You guys want more water?
we're probably not
I'm
thinking.
good, thank you.
We're not probably touching 0.1% of the population. Think
Correct.
about this.
But I think everybody can train jujitsu, but jujitsu it's not for everybody.
I believe in that too.
Because
But
there's-
I think jiu-jitsu for everyone. One the right time. Maybe it's not for you at 20, but could be for you at 40.
no.
Because your mind change, you develop yourself.
It could be, but there's minds and there's bodies that don't want to be there. Like they could be good, but they're not for jujitsu.
How many of us have seen so much talent, you know, and then they quit?
Yeah.
They quit. They
I've
just
seen
stop.
I've seen a lot of good people training, but they like other things, you know. They're not for jujitsu. And
No,
Or
Not
maybe
for
another
jiu-jitsu.
time. Yeah. Or,
Correct.
yeah.
Or sometimes you see people that they're not the most talented people, but you
I
know,
think those are the ones.
they endure and then eventually they get their black belt. You know,
And they get good.
they get better.
But I say
Yeah.
jujitsu, the mats don't lie, man. If you
Absolutely.
put the work, you show up, you study whatever, you go get better anyway. Maybe you're
Yeah.
not the best, maybe you're not the athletic one, maybe you're not the easy learning, you know, but more you invest on jujitsu, they give it back to you.
I agree with
Yeah.
that.
But yeah, sometimes people not ready to do jujitsu on that time or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
That happens.
I think sometimes the problem is because you try to compare yourself with other people. Compare yourself with yourself. Are you better than yesterday?
No, I'm not.
moving to an
I'm
average.
getting older.
But
Yeah,
you're
should have
probably
better
wise.
than
Hey,
I
today.
can't.
better in a different direction.
I know,
You're probably
can't.
wiser, right? You're more technical because you don't rely on your strength as much.
Correct.
So are you getting like could you beat yourself from day one?
For
That's
sure.
the answer.
That's impossible though.
Because like if you start comparing ourselves with other people around us, we get depressed. This guy's training 5 times a day.
Oh, yeah.
I have a full-time
and
job,
5 kids.
family, 5 kids, and work. And this kid's like 20-year-old, just train all day long. We're like, come on, I can't compare myself. There's not a fair comparison.
Yeah, but there's also that side that you know their goal is getting a next belt and then quit. Have you seen how many black
Hey.
belts quit?
Hey, I have so
Black
many.
belts, I don't see them that
Black
much.
belts?
But blue belts, I saw a lot.
Yeah, but like one time I asked somebody in the area, and I said, "Hey, professor, like no main instructor, but it's like, why this guy has been around for like 5 years, 6 years." He's like, "It's because if you give them the black belt, they quit." I'm like, "Okay," it's kind of in my mind.
I never heard that. I thought like I think
It's
at
interesting.
my point is like at purple.
Purple's the
tend to
best,
stay, people tend to stay longer because you
Purple's the
invest so
best.
much. Hey, you invest so
Purple's the
much.
best belt. Don't you agree?
Purple's the best.
It's the
Yeah,
best.
I
You
agree.
invest
Be the
5
higher
years.
belt, and it doesn't matter if you get beat by a lower belt. You know, you always it's fun. You learn so much.
Yeah,
do.
I feel
Purple
purple.
is
Purple
fun.
is really good.
Purple
but
you
blue
can-
belts is the belt most people quick. It's the
Yes,
hard belt.
yes.
I feel. Because you get the blue belt, and man, a lot of white belts is still beat you, and the higher belts going harder than you.
Oh, yeah.
Because like
Then you can
he's blue
target.
belt, he can hang that. He,
Yeah.
you know, and like the purple, brown, black belts start beat you a little bit more, and you do hard with the white belts. But like maybe you get one super athletic boy, 2-3 stripes on the white belt, you know, and he gonna beat you.
yeah.
And I'm like, man, I don't deserve that shit. And then people quick, but it's hard, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
I feel
It's
blue
hard.
belt is the
It's
hard one.
endurance. I mean, perseverance for sure.
Yeah.
Discipline.
Yeah, it's discipline. You know, I think that's the biggest thing that I see in kids. It's really the ability to learn how to lose, because it's easy to win. I mean, have you seen yourself after you win, you have a big smile, but after you lose, what happens?
So
Exactly. And there's a war. It's an internal war
Yeah.
inside of you. You know, like when you see that little kid like struggling with tears in his eyes, and you're like trying to like put him back. You know, like, hey, it's gonna be okay. We lose in jujitsu. That's part of jujitsu. Even to black belts, we always lose.
No.
But we don't lose as often because you learn since little how to lose. You know, and that's something that is kind of reversed in the society that we have. You know, where everything's a medal. In jiu-jitsu, you lose. And I think if you give that to a child from early in age, you know, you're giving him maturity since
True.
early in age. You know, like it's okay to lose. You stand up, you put your back together,
And go back to
and go
work
back and
again.
keep trying it again. You know,
Yeah.
it's pretty good.
I
So,
feel
yeah.
that too. I
That's-
feel that's a lesson. Losing
Yeah.
is a lesson.
Absolutely, yeah.
It's a lesson.
it's
That
good
means
for
you
the
made a
kids.
mistake. All right, how can I
Yeah.
improve from this mistake? It's opportunity for you to learn. But once you learn as
Or
a
maybe
kid,
the other guy just did it better than you sometimes.
the guy did better, but you still have something to improve. You know,
Sure,
like, hey,
sure, yeah.
I
But
have
like-
to figure it out.
But sometimes no mistakes, and the guy did better.
So
They're like, oh my god, they did everything right, and this guy still
But
beat me.
That's true.
funny,
That's
it's
true.
funny that he said that because one time I competed as a purple belt, and this was against the Yamasaki guy. Man, it was big, like you. I mean, probably not as big.
Like big, beautiful,
Yeah.
look nice.
Not that handsome. No, and I showed the video to my professor. Hey, professor, what do you think about that? How did he was able to beat me? And it's like, he looks at the guy and he's like, hey, my friend, Jujutsu is good, but it doesn't do miracles. You know what I'm saying? So, it's fine. Like sometimes the things that comes with it, like with the Daniel, like cannot pass his guard. Like he has a nightmare of a guard. So like, what am I doing wrong? It's like sometimes the question is not what are you doing wrong. It's like what is he doing right?
Yeah.
The guy sometimes is just better
Yeah.
than you,
Mm-hmm.
and that's it. And
But like, I get when I lost for somebody, he just better than me. I'm like, okay, I'll go work more, but he's better. But when I,
like with Rushesha.
yeah, like, but when I don't get that 100% prepared, I get mad. You understand?
Yeah.
I'm like, man, I can't. Fuck, that Thursday I missed the class. I should don't miss it. You understand?
Yeah.
Maybe that's do a difference. But like when I did everything's right, prepare myself, eat clean, lift,
Correct.
boom, perfect, get there and lose. Man, congrats, this guy did more than me. You know what I mean? He deserved it. You know what I mean?
Very nice.
But like when you mix it up, like whatever, 2 weeks of the competition, I can get this pizza. I'm fine. And you that little mistakes maybe will
Yeah.
pay off and that, you know.
And you're ultra heavy, right?
I'm ultra heavy.
Ultra heavy. Do you have a limit?
No.
So you can be up to 400 pounds and still like.
Yeah. But I have my own limit. I don't like to fight over 250. I feel like 250 is my
slow?
yeah. Over 250 I'm too slow, heavy, you know.
Yeah.
And like below 250 is too strong, but
You can
I'm
move.
fast. I can move. I feel good. My guard is not that bad. Over 260, I think my
You need to be on top.
yeah, I
You're
should
not
be
on
on
top,
top
you're
over
not.
260. Yeah, but like 250 is my. It will be hard. You see me on a fight, and check my weight, and I'm over 250. You know, maybe in off season sometimes I go over, but like in the competition now,
Oh, you're tall. You're
Yeah.
like what, 6'2", 6'3" at least, right? You're
I'm
tall.
62.
6'3".
We should train sometime.
Yeah, I get it.
We're
there.
all,
Do you have mats here?
Yeah,
no,
no,
that
but
was
that's
the-
a good
I was
idea. We
actually
should.
thinking about it.
We should.
maybe
Yeah.
we talk and then we go roll a little bit.
Yeah,
and
one thing about like
then
real life, we doing
near future.
in the field, like oh my god, instructions, you know.
Instructionals.
Yeah,
I think
I
there's
never
so
have-
many now, though. Yeah, I mean, I'm not. You can do whatever you want, obviously, but there's so many instructionals out there. And
From who? From what company? From one
I
company.
PBJ Fanatic.
I think in general, like I mean, there's like you open YouTube and everybody tells
Yeah.
you this is like
No.
the greatest and latest teachings. Like even people putting names to their like ultimate pass,
Yeah, yeah.
ultimate no pass, ultimate sweeps, or the unstoppable, and they put their names on
Mm-hmm.
it. And I think that's I don't know. They've always been there. You know,
Yeah.
you ask professors like, "Hey, what is like what is
Sorry.
this? What is this switch? This choke call is like?" He's like the Elio Gracie sweep, the Elio Gracie choke, and this the Elio Gracie sweep. There were no names there, you know, but now everybody's like,
It's
fine.
very
So
good.
it's I think there's like an over.
Guys, I'm going to the bathroom.
much.
Sorry.
No, we're good.
I'm good.
We're good
No, we're
there.
not. We're
He
not
go to the
finished
No,
yet.
bathroom.
I'm going
He
to the
said-
bathroom.
Oh,
Just a
cool.
minute.
Yeah, dá a chave pra ele, Carlinhos. We need a key to come back.
But like one thing that I think about when I try to learn something, if I go to YouTube, I don't know who is real. If I'm
Yeah.
learning about cybersecurity, everybody's putting content there. Who are the real guys? How can I find? How can I find as a? I don't understand anything about the industry. I don't know anything. My day one.
Correct.
How can I find the right people? I could be following someone that's not directing to the or the guy's not even real into that, but he can pretend by the way he's talking because I don't know anything about it. Only a specialist can tell me that usually, right? Someone that has experience in jiu-jitsu.
I learn sometimes when I'm from white belts, you know.
No,
In
no,
my
you,
case-
no, no,
Yeah.
no, no.
You learn
But you're a
from
black
white
belt in jiu-jitsu. I'm talking
yeah.
about something new. How do you learn cybersecurity? How would you learn cybersecurity on YouTube?
There's certain for me especially for me they have to have like certain, you know, like characteristics for the technique, right?
But no, as a white belt, think about your white
Yeah,
belt.
as a white belt, I think.
You have no idea of jiu-jitsu, what jiu-jitsu
Yeah, I
is.
think
You go Google.
you go to
and
your
the
school
first
and then
one
you
show
trust
up,
your
you got it.
instructor.
All
And I
right.
think that's when you start seeing people like doing different stuff. You're like, oh, I know, I can see what he's doing. He's like getting inverted and stuff. You're 45, man. Maybe not for you, you know. And you try to guide them, but you cannot control everything.
Yeah, yeah.
But personally, for me, like it has to be energy efficient. If it requires 20 steps, probably is not as energy efficient. You cannot be hyper flexible either. So I'm not saying that jiu-jitsu
Yeah,
is
yeah,
bad or
yeah,
this
yeah.
jiu-jitsu is better, but like if you need to, I need to bring my leg over to try to put it somewhere that I can.
It
then
requires.
It's not gonna fit to everyone. No?
it's
Yeah.
not for everyone. So that's exactly where I'm going to. So like if you are teaching jiu-jitsu, at least me, it has to be energy efficient and it has to be anybody can do it. Like a 55-year-old
I
can
feel
do
that
it. So
too.
the jiu-jitsu when they're 55 or 65, they keep doing that move because if you show a move that requires a lot of flexibility or a lot of power,
They can
then
apply
they're
it.
not going to be able to do that when they're older. So what happens? They quit. So I think that's
But that,
My
I feel
goal,
I
at
feel
least.
for like okay, that position is like super flexible, whatever. Maybe you have like a super flexible guy on your school. He'll wanna be able to do that. Man, I can't bring my foot over here. It's impossible to me. But maybe I can
Correct.
guide him in a good direction.
Correct.
And like, man, look at this guy. I have a
Yes.
friend. I have
Follow
a friend.
his game.
I have a friend. He do like very nice loopy choke. Man, I'm
Nice.
terrible loopy choke. I never tap even like a white belt in a loopy choke.
Yeah.
I have a guy, long arms. I saw he's trying. I'm like, man, buy this guy course. For real. Alexandre Vieira, his name. He's from Brazil. He's not very famous, but he really good on loopy choke. And he got like instruction. I'm like, man, buy his instruction. Now the kid has so many details. You know what I mean? Like I know the basic. Like man, grab the
Yeah,
collar, push the head, boom.
That's
But
it.
like that guy has like so many details.
But think about now, he's going himself on YouTube, loop choke, and a random guy like, hey, do this, and then
Maybe he
touch your forehead.
maybe he took
and
the
then-
DVDs, don't you think? Max,
You know what I
okay.
mean? Like, but
Yeah, I
even
know
though
what you're saying.
because the white belts are the ones that are really
Support.
searching this
Yeah,
content.
they're trying to assimilate
It's not
as
the
much as possible.
specialists, you know. Like they're the ones like going out there after train. Usually, I ask my people around, it's like, what do you do after train? After train, they go to YouTube,
YouTube, yeah.
and they watch, they research.
And you
But
can
who
tell,
are you
as a
research?
black belt, you can tell. You like look at the technique, and I'm like, who taught you that? And it's funny. I used to be like, just follow this line. Now I'm like, you can choose whatever
Yeah,
you want to
yeah,
go. I choose to go this way, just because I choose. I like to be very efficient or whatever it is. You know, I like to actually roll my like my instructor, like my professor. That's my goal to have a similar jiu-jitsu. Like mount always, cross choke always, you know. Like I want to be traditional, but that's just my goal. But somebody else wants to do different. Then
I think
Might
it,
as
I
well,
think
you know?
jiu-jitsu is so broad now that we have all the opportunities.
Oh,
I think there's time to learn things, and
I like
you can
to-
figure it
I
out in
tell
your
my,
own way.
the students need to trust on
Instructor,
instructors.
absolutely.
Absolutely, like definitely, especially the beginner. Then I mean, but get to a point they start to get their own game.
yeah, develop their
Yeah.
absolutely.
Like
I
they
agree
like
with
yeah,
that.
but blue belt. I'm like, man, I like to do half guard,
Yeah,
and maybe my half guards are not gonna be the best one.
correct.
I have like the basic. I say like, hey, for your body type, it's better you do like a deep half guard. And I mean, maybe on the
Little leg,
sideway,
sometimes, yeah.
on the sideway maybe will be a little bit hard, you know, like you guide that.
Yes.
But like to he go deep on that, maybe he needed more.
Correct.
And they
I agree
structures
with
that,
Yeah.
I
you
agree
know,
with that.
to like learning fast. You know what I mean? I recommend my students buy
Seminars,
seminars. Man, I bring Jake McKenzie for a seminar
Oh,
because
yeah, I
of
know
one
Jake.
student. Because
You
of
know
one
when I
student.
met Jake, at Ryan Hall's school.
Yeah.
He did.
He's my big. We lived together in Brazil back in the day.
Oh
Yeah.
man, that guy has competed
I'm
so much.
I'm a blue belt. He's black belt. I had on that time. Crazy.
Yeah, I
We
was
lived
blue
together.
belt. He was also a black belt. Yeah,
That's like crazy.
he was
I-
a
I
I-
learned a lot from him. I do a
Really
lot of
good
half
half guard.
guard. I do a lot of
Really
half
good
guard
half
because
guard.
of him. But like I have that students, he always love Jake here. And Jake come for a Ryan Raw camp like maybe 2 years ago, 1 year ago. And I know he's on the R. I'm like, man, come for a seminar. He like, Max, I just has 3 days. I'm like, whatever. Come Thursday. I figured out the seminar like in 2 days, you know. It's awesome. All the student support, you know, they figure out. But these student who I told he loved half guard, man.
and some people stick with it. It's awesome.
And
He's good.
He's
He
doing
was
so
good at
much.
it.
I just had Jefferson Guarez at teaching seminar
Sunday,
at my
yeah.
school Sunday, and he's like showing his game. You know that because seminars, I feel like they're being developing their game for years and years. Show me the little details. Show me
Yeah.
those details.
One
And if you
grip
can
change
learn-
everything sometimes.
Can learn, and then he fought Max as well.
Yeah,
Was
yeah.
that Boston?
Yeah, boss on New Haven.
And he was like playing double sleeve, like
Same thing
guard,
that
you
he
know.
taught.
Yeah, you're like those are things
But don't work on me, sorry.
didn't work. And he said like, man, he said like, man, I fought Max and we're doing this, but didn't go as well.
No. He said
It
that.
was like he said, but
But he's a good.
he's a
I'm
tough,
way heavy than him. No, he's really good. I
was
think
the absolute
He's medium weight, medium heavy.
medium
man,
weight,
yeah.
medium weight.
Yeah,
Oh
no,
man,
like-
you probably settled the guy.
no,
Yeah.
but he's tough Matt. I think I beat him like in one advantage or two, something like
Oh,
that.
really?
Yeah, tough
He's
man.
tough.
He 2 times world champion. He's
times
good,
world
man.
Oh yeah.
He's good. Definitely really good.
Jefferson Guarez, you know. Shout out to Jefferson.
Shout out, Jefferson.
And
We want you here.
we want you here. We actually was supposed to be here, but we had so many tournaments throughout this weekend and the seminar, so much going on, we couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Nice.
But
We have a chance.
yeah,
Not all the
So
time.
you're getting all the instructors from the area, like instructors or school owners and things like that.
from the area, Pittsburgh.
Nice.
People came from Pittsburgh, Philadelphia, North Carolina, Virginia, Maryland. People are coming.
Nice.
Maybe from Texas, you know, Austin. Maybe like Joe Rogan or somebody.
Maybe we'll give him an invite.
Jacko.
Oh yeah. Man, you should get a Jean-Jacques Machado.
Jean-Jacques Machado,
Jean-Jacques
yes.
Machado. I love
That would be
I love
great.
the butterfly. Yeah.
And I just saw that that guy Lex. He trains in
Lex
Philadelphia.
Friedman, I think it
He
is.
trains in Philadelphia.
Should bring him in.
Very
Try
smart guy.
contact.
Very smart
Yeah.
guy.
He just got his black belt not too long
really?
ago. We should bring. Oh, we should bring him. We should find a way to
We
invite
should
him.
bring him. Let me give him.
We
a
should
call.
we should roll with him first and like, hey, you gotta come to the podcast.
Nice.
But
good.
but I just saw that randomly yesterday. It's like, oh, he's from the Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry,
Where does he
Philadelphia.
train?
Balance MMA, something like that.
Oh, Balance. Yeah, that I think Balance is Helson originally in that area.
Yeah.
What is it called? Phil Milligranis, I think it is called.
Yeah,
they're the
but
Helson lineage.
It would be a, you know.
Be cool, yeah.
Daniel Grace is coming. Beginning of June. Daniel Grace.
Who's son of him? Who's
He's Hanzo. He was with Hanzo.
He's a brown belt still, I think.
No, he's a black belt.
Now black belt. Yeah.
Black belt.
Where does he live? He lives
He got-
in Spain.
No, Daniel lives
Daniel
in
here
uh,
on
Yeah.
Pennsylvania,
Philadelphia.
Philadelphia. He got a big school there in Philadelphia.
True.
He got another some affiliation too. I have a friend who work on one of his affiliations in Nevada, Las Vegas.
Nevada.
Yeah,
Man,
he got a lot
That's
of
busy there, right? Nevada.
man, crazy. Oh my god.
It's like
I-
California, I think, right? Nevada.
no,
More?
More.
Nevada. Well, it's because right now they're
People
closing
so
the
many.
Pan-Ams there.
yeah, too many people, man, like crazy.
We're still good here in Maryland, I think.
Uh,
still can grow.
I love Maryland.
California,
man,
I
yeah.
think they're done. I mean, man, you have a school in every single corner, I think.
Man, people, one friend, somebody come here and told like, Talita, they say that,
Talacar?
yeah,
Ah,
She came,
she's been in
she
my school
came.
too.
she like, they have
She's
like a
tough.
school door to door, man. Like,
It's great.
Hey,
Across the
with
street.
300 members each. 500 members.
Really?
That means Jujutsu is growing. Still room.
Yeah.
Because,
I mean,
hey.
and there's room for everyone. It's crazy. You have the Gracie Academy. You have those. You have. I
You
mean,
have
everything.
some
Everybody,
schools
you
just
can
only do no
choose.
gi. Some
Yeah.
people focus more on self defense.
Tent
Like
planet,
temple.
you
They're
know,
like
all
man,
the-
too many rooms for jiu-jitsu to grow.
Where you guys affiliated with?
I'm under GFT.
Oh yeah,
GFT, yeah.
man. That's non-Gracie lineage, I think.
No,
right?
no.
Yeah.
Fathers.
Father.
Father
Yeah,
lineage.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's interesting.
That's my
And
name.
you're Alliance.
Alliance,
And
yeah.
your school is affiliated with Alliance still.
No, just Ogogi. Ogogi.
Okay,
Yes.
gotcha.
He has his own.
Oh, that's
I have my own.
What's the name? Agogi?
Agogi.
What does it mean?
That means this is the name of the Spartan Training. So for you to become a Spartan, you had to go through this program called Ogogi. If you didn't pass through this program, we couldn't even be a citizen. So that
Really?
means develop like your fighting skills, your learning skills, developing communication. All of those aspects that we implement in Jujitsu.
Ogogi or
Agogi.
Agogi.
Agogi. Agogi. Agoge. You guys are welcome to come by and train.
Thanks.
Be great.
Anytime you guys want to stop by on Culture too,
Hey, we're gonna
all the welcome.
roll over there right now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Hey, let's write the
Yeah,
comments.
so
A lot
let's
of
go over the
people-
comments here.
Oh,
Shout out to Ron. Ron's always
Shout out
here.
Rome.
George.
Shout out George. George, my student, supported helping the tournament this weekend, man. Work hard.
Don't get
Shout
late.
out George.
Man, Ron, like BJJ community has been the most loving, motivating, and hardworking community I have met. Best people I ever have met.
Training jitsu.
Jack, Rick, comparison is the killer of dreams.
That's true. Internet life, if you start comparing yourself with somebody in the life too, you gotta why this guy do so well when like
you're gonna press home.
yeah, that's crazy. You
And
can.
Matt fell first attempt in learning.
I like that. Yeah.
Don't be afraid to fail.
You will.
Ron said
will,
it.
yeah.
We all
part of
will.
life.
It's part of learn. Like we fail daily here.
Yeah.
BPJJF.
Yeah.
We use Jujitsu values and concepts here. We make a mistake. Oh, how can we improve? Every event
Nice.
we think about, hey, how can we improve? And we ask people. We send survey. Like everybody that competes have the opportunity to speak about it.
Yeah.
How did you like this? How did you like that? What can we improve? What can we make it better? Like we have so many. What did you like? What is most important for you? Like every event we ask people so we can
Improve.
keep improving.
Nice.
And I think like I really believe like you only lose when you quit. You lose when we quit. Like we have to keep following the path. We gotta believe, like hey, it's gonna be hard. Everything, it's hard at first until you start figuring things out, right?
I want to see
And-
you guys getting huge. Let's see.
That's the vision. You will see, and you're gonna be part of it because you're giving the support now. Like we can only grow with
With
you
you
guys'
guys help.
support.
Impossible we do that by ourselves. Impossible.
I think
With
what you guys are
everybody
doing is great,
watching.
actually. Like doing this podcast and stuff. That's a
Thank
great
you, man.
idea.
Yeah.
It's really I haven't seen this approach honestly. Like it's a cool approach because people want to talk about it.
Yeah,
People wanna
and
talk
your
about
students,
jiu-jitsu.
get to know about you. How sometimes they don't get the opportunity. Like you can't talk to every student to
Correct.
talk about your whole life. Like that's a great way for them. Now they can go to every student can go and watch this podcast and know about you,
Yeah.
Really good.
your journey. Like and
Well, thank you for
the
having
way you
us.
think. No, thank you guys
Thank
so
you
much
guys.
for coming.
It's awesome conversation.
maybe-
Good to know a little bit more
I
about
was
you
quiet
guys.
the whole time.
Now you want to talk.
No.
So it was a pleasure.
He's anxious to go there.
No, it was a pleasure to have you guys here today. And great to like share, like the vision of PBJJF, like what do you think about like the growth of the sport, of the tournaments, and get together and help each other to grow. Like if we can grow PBJJF, that means we can help and the schools are growing as well. There's no it needs to be connected. For PBJJF to grow, the schools needs to grow, Jujitsu needs to grow, and we're trying to use PBJJF as a way to bring people back to the schools. The people that never done Jujitsu see their friends competing. Oh, I like this. I want to try out. At every tournament, we have many people that come to us and tell us, "Hey, I want to do jiu-jitsu now.
Where
I
do I
want to
go?
try this out.
Like friends
You know,
coming to watch. Or,
Every event, at least, from our events, at least 10, 20 people that never done jiu-jitsu start doing jiu-jitsu.
Yeah. That's pretty good.
What a crazy thing,
and
right?
sometimes not on my school or his school, but like on the
People around, you
people
know,
around.
your
You know what I mean?
students
But
might
the
bring
jiu-jitsu
friends.
growing. Jiu-jitsu growing. That's our mission too. You know what I mean?
And our tournaments are growing. You know, that means like the jiu-jitsu is growing as a whole.
Yeah.
So, and thank you guys for being here.
Awesome.
It's spend of time. You know, we know like time is so valuable for all of us, and I really hope everyone out there was enjoying it, the conversation. And this is the first of many times you guys gonna be very welcome
Welcome.
here.
Thank you.
This is the limited
The mug.
mug.
Usa.
Only is a special mug for special people.
Thank you so much.
Only if you come to the podcast you can get this. Unless we do like a giveaway for people watching, and that means
You need to
every
come back.
season we have a new one,
Oh, really?
and then you
That's
can have the collage. So that means you gotta show up every season,
every single time.
so you can
Yeah.
get the next collection. You know. So this one, first
nice.
season, we'll
The
finish
first
at
season.
50, 45, 50, and
Nice.
we're gonna come with a new
color.
one. So you gotta come.
I like your logo. Actually, it's pretty cool.
Thank
Thank you,
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Everything's
Yeah.
very well done. I'm
And
impressed.
Thank
3
you.
years. I'm really impressed.
Yeah, it was
Yeah, for sure.
basically 2 years, you know, because of the pandemic.
Yeah.
But if people want to come and train with you, like
How they
how
can
can they
found you.
find you?
Urbana Academy. We're in Monrovia. We're not in Urbana anymore, but Frederick County and Maryland, obviously. So,
Nice.
Yeah, you can go to urbanacademy.com
If they Google.
or Urban Academy Self Defense on Instagram. So,
If you
I'm
go here, there will be others.
urbanacademy.com or Urban Academy Self Defense on Instagram. You can find us there.
Cool.
So we're traditional Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu school, offer Muay Thai, what else? Fitness.
Cool.
It's
That's
good.
awesome.
We're growing. Jiu-Jitsu is growing. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Especially after the pandemic, it's like,
Yeah, it was
Exploding.
huge.
That's
So,
great.
I
Thank
mean,
you
to
so
the point
much.
that I had to like we don't have space.
Gotta
you
get the
know,
biggest
but
space.
You have to
yeah,
go out to expand the.
we'll save.
You will.
Yeah.
You're gonna. Hey, I believe you're gonna have double of your students in the next few years.
Ah.
Easy.
God bless you. Thank you.
It will because the more people are coming to jiu-jitsu.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
And after
I
PBJJF
take your
events, you're
words.
gonna start seeing even
Yeah.
more.
There you
More of your students, you see it. More of your students will bring more friends
There
to
you
your
go.
school.
I like the logo. It's nice.
thank you.
Yeah.
Nice logo.
Like you. That's cool.
Yeah. Well.
And by the way, I forgot to tell you. I don't know if you know John Miller from Pedro Sauer. So he's very close friend with
Are you sure it's John Miller?
John
John.
Miller,
Okay.
the black
not John
belt.
Reeves?
No, John Miller.
Where?
The leg lock. I forgot his name. I forgot. From Pedro Sauer. What's his name? The leg lock guy from Pedro Sauer.
I don't know.
He was
There's a
teaching his
bunch.
school right now, but then he's ex-call now. He's teaching.
At Pedro School.
He was
At
teaching
Pedro
Pedro
School, there's. Yeah, I don't know.
before Pedro moved. The main instructor there. Who was
I
the
mean,
main?
there being a few main instructors.
But tell me a
Professor.
couple, please. If you remember.
I think Dave Reed
The leg
was
lock guy.
there.
Big with the leg lock. He's competing.
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know either. There's a bunch of people.
Kaká. I'm gonna tell you. You know
He's
him.
gonna come here. He's gonna be here.
Yeah, we'll
Nice.
bring him. But John is teaching some class at Ogogi as well.
This
I
guy
met-
that you're mentioning? It?
Yeah, John
Oh,
Miller.
okay.
You probably know him.
I'll check
Let
it
me
out.
find it here. Professor John. Man,
Is he a
John.
third degree?
He got his black belt recently.
Oh, okay. So,
Good spider guard and lasso guard.
really?
Very nice. Jack.
When do you guys call professor?
Black belt.
Oh, really?
David Porter.
Oh, David Porter. Yeah,
David
David
Porter.
is really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, David's good. He's good leg locks.
could like
Yeah.
walk. I met David
good.
when he came to ground control to train sometimes.
Yeah, he's good.
And
He's good. He's good at the darts too.
oh yeah, Dars.
Yeah, he's
true.
at darts. Yeah.
Cool.
I don't think he teaches at Pedro anymore.
No,
But,
he's
yeah, I
teaching
don't know.
X Call, I think, is
I
a
don't know.
place.
I think he moved to like another school or something. I haven't.
It's I think it's like a bigger place. It's like a LA Fitness, something like that. A bigger school like that. Academy. And they have like a
in
jiu-jitsu
Virginia,
class.
right? I think he's in
Inside,
Virginia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a really nice place. Like
I've
like
heard that
they have
this-
shooting
really?
things like
Cool.
there. Like they have it's like crazy. Like it's insane.
big
Like it's
event,
like
too.
it's like
But
almost like a
it's still
club,
a
you know,
jujitsu
country club.
side, That club is called. They
Yeah.
can touch more people
True.
too. You know, people get it just for feet and like, oh my god, jujitsu.
Climbing wall
Yeah.
or whatever it is.
Yeah,
and
they
then
have a lot
jiu-jitsu
of-
is pretty
That's
good.
cool.
It's a good idea
Good
too.
stuff. Yep. But
Guys.
thank you guys so
Alright.
much.
Thanks,
Thank
guys.
you.
coming.
Welcome.
It's a pleasure
Before
to
we
have you.
finish it, make sure you guys share, like, and subscribe on the channel. Okay?
And go to bravekimonos.com and buy the best jiu-jitsu gear. If you're a school owner, you can go to the website and apply for your wholesale account. And make sure you tell them that you saw the advertisement at
podcast.
PBJJF Podcast.
Yes.
So you can keep growing.
Usa.
Ooh,
See you guys.